Alright folks, time for some overclocking. So, I previously had tried to screw around with this Noctua D14, D15, whatever, with a the standard 120 and 140 millimeter fan that came with it. We've replaced that with a 3000 RPM fan, which you'll see what's the difference. Well, just the speed starting is lower. Where that one was usually 33 degrees Celsius, you see this one will get down between 30 and 32. I was basically screwing around with the core voltage, basically undervolting this thing, right? We're using, we set this to what the i7-13700K was. Whether that was a good idea or not, it's another story. Then we have messed around with undervolting with it. I'm going to ease off on this a little bit, and we're going to kind of start closer to, well, we'll just start at the beginning. What are the differences that we did? Well, these guys are all 56, right? So trying to do a modest overclock of all cores, all the performance cores. We left these the same. If I would have boosted these, there's no way I'd be able to cool this thing at all. But let's go ahead and just go ahead and bench it in here to start with, see how it reacts. And clear this out first. Eventually, by the end of the video, we'll get into Cinebench R23. Let's just see how this does. And you can hear the fan screaming. So we've already thermal limit throttled. (98 degrees Celsius). To be honest with you, that is a better start than the original fans. We did get over 12,000 with the other setup, but not initially. Okay, so this is a heck of a start for this. So what we're gonna do here is just undervolt this thing. You know, all kinds of crap can happen when you undervolt. It's kind of maybe not the best thing in the world to do. If you can get a better cooler, hey, that works great. But in this case, you know, we could see mistakes like XTU or Cinebench could crash. Wow, I just saw it get down to 29 degrees Celsius. So we, you know, things like that could happen. Blue screen of death. But yeah, we'll just take our time doing this. 5 volts first. Probably not going to see much difference. Our goals is no thermal limit throttling, no power limit throttling. We need to get the temps honestly down to less than 93 before we even use Cinebench, because otherwise it's just going to thermal throttle in Cinebench and probably power limit throttle, and that's not going to do us any good. Alright, so let me clear this out, and I'm going to try and remember to clear it out after every run. Let's go to benchmark. And so we're off to a better start. I mean, starting at 29, 30, 31 degrees Celsius is a good starting point. That's a 3,000 RPM fan, folks. Alright, we thermal limit throttled. We got it to 97. We broke 12,000 after only a 5 millivolt undervolt, okay? So that, we're off to a way better start than before. I do have a 5,000 RPM fan somewhere. I don't know where it is, but thing sounds like a locomotive. It's ridiculous. All right, so you see how quick this thing cools off. Pretty good. The temp here in the basement's probably about 72 degrees Fahrenheit. If it was wintertime, which, you know, it's just starting to be fall, winter, or whatever. We could get even cooler here, but for right now, that is what it is. All right, let's go back to advanced tuning. Drop this down to 10 millivolts. Before we clear this out, 302. So we're going to see this get even higher, I think. Or that might be the limit. The last run, or the first run, might have been the limit, which I didn't go over it. But all right, so here we go again. For some reason our temp's a little high, and as long as this gets down to 32 or less, I will kick it. 32, boom. So we honestly, we could go into the BIOS and set the fan speed or the fan curve higher, which would ensure that we had a cooler temp. I did not see if it thermal limit throttle, folks. It probably did. 96. Right at 96, 97 degrees Celsius is where it happens. You see our scores down, which is surprising. If we didn't thermal limit or power limit throttle, we're not hitting 5.6 yet. And with the undervolt, we might not hit it. Right, so we're going to drop down again. This is still too hot, way too hot to do Cinebench. And we can't take the undervolt too far because then it will crash Cinebench most likely, or XTU. All right, so 299. It's probably going to take till we get about to 40 millivolts, folks, before we really see a noticeable difference. But we'll see. All right, here we go again. The fan is really cranking this time. 94 degrees, just under 12,000. I don't believe there's any thermal limit throttling or power limit throttling. Our power usage should have went down again. Yeah, see that? Nope, it did hit 300. Well, and I don't believe at this point we're going to see 5.6. All right, so let's move this again. And clear this out. Now the fan is still running pretty. There we go. Now it's dying off. And, you know, if you were here, I would put the temperature probe on this so you guys could see the heat sinks are really, you know, they feel nice and cool at this point. All right, 30 degrees Celsius. This is going to be a good one, I think. Here we go. So we still need to get this temp down. 93. It's probably going to... Oh, 93. Score, not so great. All right, so I'm going to adjust this again. Now, like I said, folks, once again, we adjusted this from default. We've adjusted this now. We're going to adjust it again. Certain ones of these went from 55 to 56. So only these two here were 56. The others were 55. And what's our power usage? Just okay. So now we're seeing the power drop off finally. All right. so we are ready. Fan speed is back to normal. 30 degrees. I think I want to get to about 89 degrees Celsius. And then I think we'll be ready for Cinebench. But we're not going to get there on this one. 93, so the score's going back up. That's a good sign. We had no loss in temperature. Power usage down again. That's good. We'll just keep dropping. I got nothing but time, folks. I'm off today. Just kidding. I do have stuff to do. Probably more important than this video, but you know, these videos sometimes can be pretty popular for me, so I don't know why I didn't do this right away, but we will most likely get out the 420 AIO if I can remember where all the parts are. Alright, so this thing's ready again. What was our 30 millivolts now? So we're getting right at that spot. 40 to 65 should give us a good number. Alright, here we go. So we saw 91 and temperatures dropping. Score dumped. Really interesting. 93 on that. I didn't see a 93. Yeah, so this didn't correspond with that score. Power usage definitely down. Alright, so we'll keep doing this till we get the magic numbers. Disappointed that it didn't get cooler, really, but oh well. What are you gonna do? You know. So 35 millivolts. And we probably could take a moment longer. I'd love to see this start at 29. Yeah, probably not going to make a difference, but it's better than starting at 38, right? All right, so I think we waited long enough. Do this again. $91 and the score, biggest score yet, biggest score that I've gotten, folks. So we're finding that prime number finally. 12,221. Wow, that's good. I want to drop. Let's see. Hell, let's get Cinebench up and just just see how it reacts. I don't think the temperatures are good yet, folks. 91. We really probably need to be about 89. We'll see though. All right. So I don't know where is this R23. I had it open, didn't I? Did I not have it open? Guess I didn't. So just having Cinebench open is making the fan run, it looks like. All right, let's do this. We probably will experience power limit throttling, thermal limit throttling. There's thermal throttling, power limit throttling, sustained. So we were a little premature. Woo! That may be my best score. Wow. 35,484. I won't remember that, but 35,484. So what we're going to do, we're 35. We're going to bounce over to 40. Give this a moment. It looks like it's good to go again. 35,484. Let's do this again. I'm looking for thermal limit throttling, power limit throttling. I think we're going to get there because the fan is screaming. Yep, thermal throttling, power limit throttling, sustained power limit throttling, drop off. And I left the other curve on here this time accidentally. Before we switch over to see the score, you can see 310, so a lot more power usage, right? That's why I said, hey, we got to get this temperature down further. That power usage was not quite as bad. Temperature-wise, 96, 98. This one got 98 as well. But the score was less, right? And I already forgot what it was, but I think it was 35 something. Yeah, whatever it was, it's less. You're going to know when you hit the right number because it's going to shoot up. All right, so there's that. And 5 millivolts, probably not going to make much of a difference. Probably going to be closer to 55, 60 before we really hit our number, okay? I'm just going to leave this chart on here. Screw it. Maybe you guys can see the next one. And looks like we're good. All right. And we got up there pretty hot. I don't see thermal throttling yet. Yep, it's got a thermal throttle. We hit 98. Power limit throttling. It did not thermal throttle. So those two together basically are going to kill our score. One of those might not. We might have a better score than we've had yet. We'll see though. All right, let's compare. So I saw 98. There's 98. Power usage, 312 I saw. Over here, 317. So power usage is going down, folks. That is the beginning of us getting through this. 35,450. So nothing spectacular there. A couple more tries, and we should get through this, hopefully. And I just cleared it out like an idiot. I didn't mean to clear it out this time. Okay, wow, we get 29. That's a good starting point. Let's go ahead and launch this thing. 96. 96. No thermal throttling, power limit throttling. That probably killed our score. So we, may have to adjust power limits, but it's just going to get hotter. 35,518. So that is that's in the positive direction. 35,518. Let's go. We'll leave this up this time. So I'm not sure we're going to get through this without power limit throttling. We should be able to get the temps lower though than what we were at. 35,518. Running again. 35,518. Only at 93, 94, 96 again. Power limit throttled. That's disappointing. Power usage should be even lower. Yeah, look at that. So that part's good. We just can't get that temperature to get down more. 35,535. Yeah, that might be the best score yet. All right, so we're getting close to the furthest we can go undervolting with the current setup. So I'm not sure. At the end, just for the hell of it, we'll probably move this all the way to the right. But for right now, we're going to leave it where it's at. All right, so we already adjusted that. '92, stay down temps. 94, 93, not seeing power limit throttling yet. Power limit throttled. It's happening right at the end. So one thing killing us from probably hitting 36,000. If we can hit 36,000. So yeah, right there it's getting 96. It's just too much. Power usage almost under 300 watts. So this thing, folks, I think is running hotter. And using more power than the 13700 KF or 13700K that we had. All right, I'm going to try this. It's probably going to crash something, but we'll see. 35,450, so our score got worse. And, all right, 3132. Hit that. That might be our magic number, folks. If Cinebench doesn't crash, I saw no power limit throttling. I saw no thermal throttling. Let's check to see what we had here. 93, so didn't get any hotter than 93. Power usage was 295, so probably what the TDP of the CPU cooler is, right around that range, right? With this fan, because otherwise it's probably lower with the other setup. All right, let's see what we got for a score. 35,480. So not our highest score, but the mere fact that we had no failures was nice. Shall we just boost this all the way out? Let's do it. And this may or may not give us a higher score than we've had. We'll see in a moment. But we probably will get hotter. No power limit throttling, no thermal throttling. Folks, I think we have our highest score. Maybe. If we're lucky. We may, if that worked, we may just drop this back one. Nope, not our highest score, but so now that we've adjusted our power limits, let's drop this. See if we can find that magic sweet spot. All right, so power-wise, folks, what did we do? 294. And temps down. What do we get for temps on that one? 93, 94. Pretty good. I think we can get I think we're going to get a higher score here if we can just find the right spot. So some of you will probably wonder, why didn't you have the power limit set all the way out to begin with? Well, usually that means it's going to run hotter. But it does also mean you'll get rid of the power limit throttling problem. 35,446. Not really a difference, right? Let's move one over. And at some point we're going to thermal throttle again. So I'd have to go back and look at my other benchmarks to see did I really get anything out of this. Hey, there's the weight slayer. That dude's awesome. You guys seen him? I'm probably never gonna find this. Let's try this. How many people have done this? Looks like a lot more people are more popular than I am, it looks like. See, this is what I hate about this. Like, it's showing all these other people. I almost said idiots. All these other people over me. And I'm searching for the exact freaking thing that I want, right? Which is these videos exist. Why am I not on fucking top? Right? Here I am, just because I got a shit channel. Nobody watches this. Nobody watches my channel. All right. So let's go in here and see what kind of benchmarks we got. Oh, fucking commercial. Really? We gotta watch the whole thing? I'm not gonna torture you guys with that. We gotta wait 15 seconds. Default's gone. Come on, be gone. Come on, let me skip this. Gosh. No wonder nobody. 15 seconds is crap. No wonder nobody watches my channel. Too many ads on here. Alright, here we go. Finally. Christ. Where is Cinebench? That's R20. Is this single core? Alright, so 265, folks. That probably not my best score, but so our score is higher at least. All right, so we've let this thing cool off enough. Let's run this one. So we did get 35.5, whatever, and we'll just watch this. We'll just watch it here. This is about the fastest I can ever remember this going, and I have a i9 13900 KF, but which does score higher. This feels like it's booking. 35.451. Yeah, let's see what our temps were. 96. It may have thermal limit throttled. All right, next time we do this, we're going to watch it. Let that fan go back to normal. I think if I did this again, I would set the fan curve higher. I don't think it's on silent, but I would set it at least one higher. And it probably would sound like this all the time. Finally. Dang, it took forever. Alright. Let's see if we're thermal limit throttling now. Cranking. So no thermal limit throttle. Not our highest score. But folks, let's just summarize this. Besides, fact that who knows what yours truly was doing. We didn't necessarily have the best starting point for core voltage, right? Who knows? Maybe there was a better spot. We only are, getting all these up to 5.6. We didn't mess with the E-cores. We know that somewhere between, 65 and 40 is probably the ideal setup for this. Otherwise, I don't know that we've proven anything. Except if you want to overclock, this is not the cooler to do it with, right? that's probably the one thing I could tell you. We're going to drop all the way down to, yeah, let's just do 35. Why waste time, right? Wow, it's already interesting, the fan's running. Now, if I had the 5,000 RPM, I think I would have put it on the outside and just had it suck in all that cool air. And I don't know if the 3,000 would have been useful, but all right, here we go, folks. This is the last run. I'm done. I haven't proven anything. It's got a thermal throttle. Come on. Yep, there it is. Woo! It's hot. So we went too far to the right. That's what I was expecting. And not much of a difference in the score. But yeah, there you go. That's going to do it, folks. Like I said, didn't really prove anything, except we need a better cooler on this thing. You know, AIO, man. Water cooler all the way. Thanks for checking out the video. Please like, please subscribe.